Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this beautiful beachy Pacific Northwest yoga flow. I am in Washington State, right on the Puget Sound, and today's flow is inspired by waves and the ocean and moving like water, very fluid motion, all one right into the next. All you'll need today is yourself and a space to move, and when you're ready, let's begin. We'll get started today in child's pose. So come to the back of your mat, bring your toes to touch, let your knees spread open really wide, and then crawl your fingertips all the way forward and down. You can bring your chest and your chin to your mat or your forehead, whatever feels best. And begin to breathe really deeply and fully to fill up your whole torso from bottom to top and from back to front. And you can take a few open mouth exhalations, clearing breaths to settle more into your space, to connect and to drop into your practice. And as your breath deepens, begin also to ask yourself what's going on. Check in with any signals, any communication coming from your body, your mind, or both. Noticing points of tension or holding in the body right away. And let your breath travel like waves throughout your whole system, filling up and touching each and every fiber of your whole body. And you can turn on Ujjayi breath when you're ready and breathe with the quality of oceanic sound. Imagine, if you're not at a beach, that you are, and that your breath moves, ebbs and flows, just like the waves. And begin to notice throughout this practice the ripple effect that your breath has on body and mind. And stay here and settle for one more breath. Imagine you're on sand that you could just sink right into. Inhale and begin to shift forward into tabletop, bringing your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Go ahead and take some gentle cat-cows. Inhale, lower your belly, open your heart, lift your gaze, and then exhale, round and curl, pull your belly button to your spine, and let your neck be long and your head drop forward. Inhale for cow. Exhale, round and curl for cat. Press into your palms. All 10 fingers are involved. Take a few more, moving in your own way and at your own pace. So staying with that idea of fluid motion. There's never a stopping point. You can shift your hips all the way forward, maybe open up for upward facing dog, press away from your mat, and then shift all the way back for an active child's pose, clawing fingertips into your mat as you go, and then round and curl forward. Open it up. Tuck the toes behind you. Press away from your mat to hover your thighs and grow your heart like a spotlight forward. And then exhale, glide it back. Active child's pose. Take a few more waves forward and back like this, or you can bring in circular motion side to side, however you're moving. Let it be an ebb and a flow in one direction and then the other, but seamlessly connected. Good. Come back to a neutral, steady tabletop. Reground through your palms. Really plug them in like you're clawing into a sandy beach. Tuck your toes behind you and then lift your knees up so you can glide all the way back to downward facing dog. Take pedals through your feet, bending into one knee and then the other. Imagine that your inner thighs are being pulled backward as your tailbone lifts higher up and back behind you. And notice that the more you press into your palms and use the grounding in the hands, the longer your spine gets and the easier it is to lengthen the side bodies and your tailbone up and back. And now imagine that the back of your heart is pulling closer to your thighs. Good. One last little piece here. Connect your ribs. Pull your lowest set of ribs together and down. Inhale, lift up tall onto the balls of your feet, and then wave forward all the way to high plank, tractioning palms and feet together all the time, and hug your belly in and up. And then when you make your way all the way forward, right away glide back to downward facing dog, super slowly, initiating from the lift of the tailbone up and back and the press of your palms into the earth. Again, like that. Inhale, up onto your toes. Come forward like a wave, crashing into the beach, and then as you exhale, recede, glide back, downward facing dog. One more like that. Inhale, up onto your toes, roll forward to high plank, core is connected, and then exhale, glide gently back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, step your way up for ragdoll, drawing toes right behind wrists. The feet are hips distance apart, and then bend your knees a lot. They do not need to be straight. Bend them so much that you can try to connect your chest and your stomach to your thighs and let your whole torso hang super, super heavy. It's like you don't have any bones. You can wave your torso a little side to side, maybe grabbing for opposite elbows. And check in to notice if there's any spots in your body that are maybe resisting the drop forward, and see what you can do to soften, to slowly erode tension away out of your body and allow yourself to just surrender, to give in, to drop, to get closer to the earth. Good. Reground your palms to your mat. Keep your feet hips distance apart. A nice stable foundation today. And then roll your way all the way up to stand, pulling your belly button into your spine. Keep a little micro bend in your knees. And finally, your head is the very last thing to make its way up. Really ground down into all four corners of your feet. You can lift and spread your toes, press more into your big toes, your pinky toes, and your heels, and then inhale to rise. Arms out and up overhead, really fluidly for Tadasana Mountain Pose. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, grow long from the core of your pelvis through the crown of your head. Pull your belly button up towards your spine, creating a flat back, and then exhale, fold into yourself. Again, like that. Inhale, Tadasana. Arms sweep out and up overhead. Root down to rise up with fluidity like you're made of liquid. And then exhale, dive it down all the way forward. You can bring little sparkles to your fingertips all the way there if you like. Halfway lift to inhale and grow your spine like a big wave, expanding, and then exhale, fold into yourself. One more like that. Inhale, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, dive down luxuriously all the way. Head drops. Inhale, halfway lift, longest spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Tadasana, sweep out and up overhead. One more dive forward, exhale all the way down. Halfway lift, elongate your spine. This time, exhale, chaturanga. Plant your palms, step or float your feet back to high plank and flow, lowering down halfway. Elbows pull into your rib cage. Untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press away to open your heart. And exhale, glide back, downward facing dog. Hug your front body to your back body and lift your hips up and back. Step your left toes a little more to the midline of your mat and press into them so much that you can just float your right leg high, three-legged down dog. Right leg is lifted. And go ahead and open your hip, open your right hip, stack it over the left, and then bend your knee and take some easy circles, knee circles in one direction, and then a few the other way. Take another inhale, keeping the hips stacked and the knee bent. Just see how far you can reach your right toes, like maybe they could come closer to left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, glide forward. Draw your right knee in toward your left tricep and squeeze here for 3, for 2, for 1. Good. Inhale, kick high, stack your hip, bend your knee. Exhale, glide forward, right knee to left tricep, hold and squeeze for 3, 2, claw onto your mat for 1. Inhale, kick high. Open your hip, open your knee, and then exhale. This time, glide your right foot forward to step right in between your palms, low lunge. Inhale, hug your inner thighs together, connect your core and reach fingertips up overhead, high lunge. Exhale, Airplane pose, launch forward into your right foot, and your left toes long and back behind you as your arms glide back. Connect your triceps, squeeze your shoulder blades together to light them up. If your right foot is calibrating, that's fine, but just stay with it. And if you come out, just get right back in. One more little lift right here, puff up your heart. And then step left toes super slowly, slower than you think you can, back down behind you. Inhale to rise, high lunge, and we'll flow just through these two poses a few more times, really connecting the breath to movement. And imagine truly that you are made of water and that you're ebbing and flowing in one direction to the next. Inhale, exhale, airplane launch forward, left toes glide back, reach your heart, and then exhale, left toes land. Inhale, high lunge, exhale, launch it forward, airplane. Good. Slowly step your left toes back, inhale to rise, high lunge. Exhale, launch it forward, airplane pose, arms glide back. Step your left toes down, inhale, high lunge. Good. Exhale, open it up to warrior two to face the long edge of your mat. You can align your feet so that your front foot is right about in line with the inner arch of your back foot, and then reach your arms out in two directions. Really broaden your wingspan. Let your hips sink and melt evenly and equally down. Inhale, keep your legs exactly the same, just reverse warrior. Reach left arm down and right arm up overhead. So you're growing really long from the right hip bone all the way up through right fingertips, like you could reach to grab a bird out of the sky or reach to grab a star. Exhale, extended side angle. Shift your torso a little forward. Send right fingertips down and left fingertips up, and take your gaze to float up overhead. Stay active in the side bodies, and you can use your right elbow to remind you to keep that right knee tracking over your right middle toes. Good, and again, we'll flow through these two movements, just two poses, connecting breath and movement. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Right fingertips come forward and down, left fingertips rise. Inhale, reverse warrior, right fingertips go up and back further than you think you can. Exhale, extended side angle. Keep your inner thighs pulling together all the time. Inhale, reverse warrior. Really press down through the knife edge of your left foot and all of the toes on your right foot. And exhale, extended side angle. Good. From here, go ahead and just pivot to face the top of your mat. Frame your right foot with your hands. Press down through your palms so much that you can pick up your hips, bringing both legs more to straighten. Tent up really tall onto the ball of your left foot so the heel is elevated. And then see if you can just glide your right foot all the way back, downward facing dog. Good. Take a clearing breath here. Inhale, fill all the way up. Exhale, sigh. Let it go like it's just washing away. It's gone. Right toes step a little more to the midline of your mat. Press into them to inhale and reach your left leg up high. Open the hip, stack it, and then bend at your knee. Take some knee circles. Try to keep your left armpit facing down to your mat even as the hips open. So shoulders are square towards your mat, but hips are open. And then reverse the direction of your knee circles. And stay with your deep, full, cleansing breath. Like a rinse cycle through your whole body each time that you breathe. It's so healing. Take a big inhale to reach your left toes as far back and a little forward maybe as you can get them, like they're coming toward your right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, wave forward. Pull your left knee towards your right tricep and hold and squeeze for 3, for 2. Really squeeze your core for 1. Inhale, kick high, stack the hip, open the knee. Exhale, left knee to right tricep, hold and squeeze for 3, 2, 1. One more. Inhale, kick high, open the hip. Exhale, glide forward to low lunge. Squeeze your knee into your chest and then gently step your left foot down next to your left thumb. Inhale to rise, pull inner thighs together. High lunge, fingertips rise up overhead super sweetly. So it's not like we're coming to stick in a position and we're stuck there. It's always fluid. There's always continuous motion. Extend through all the lines in your body. One more inhale. Exhale, launch forward, airplane. Send weight into your left foot and glide your right toes up and back behind you as you hug your shoulder blades together. Maybe one foot is wobbling more than the other today. That's totally fine. Stay with your breath, stay with your body. Good. Slowly step right toes long and back behind you. Inhale to pull everything to the central column and rise, high lunge. Exhale, launch forward into your left foot. Right leg lifts up and back. Airplane. Inhale, use your glute, the strength, to step right toes behind you and reach fingertips up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, one more time, launch forward, airplane. Inhale, step right toes down, reach fingertips up overhead, high lunge. Exhale, warrior two, open up and expand in each direction. Really anchor down like there's little teeny anchors connected to all along the side of your right, the knife edge, to really feel rooted and grounded. And then squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you and feel light and airy through fingertips. Hips are both sinking down evenly and equally. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sweep your left fingertips all the way up overhead. Grow more than you think you can to expand the left side body. And then exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward and then down, staying up in the side bodies rather than sinking. Stay elevated and lifted like you can float. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, shift it forward. Left arm goes down, right arm reaches up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Inner thighs are pulling together, feet are firmly rooted. One more exhale, extended side angle. Reach up through right fingertips and grow. Good. And then swivel back to face toward the top of your mat. Step your hands to frame your left foot. Pick up your hips, come up tall onto the ball of right foot. Claw through fingertips so much that you can hover your left foot all the way back. Downward facing dog, big inhale. Big clearing exhale breath. Good. Sink your knees down to your mat and shift your hips all the way back to child's pose. Take a couple breaths here. Option to bring your palms to prayer in front of you and relax your forehead down on your thumbs. And take your deepest breaths of your day so far. Really feel the breath moving through your whole body, washing through your outer hips and then all the way up your whole spine from tailbone to crown of head. Soften your shoulders and notice if there's any spots where you're holding and that don't need to be engaged. Let go of the residue and let your breath move into those tight spaces to clean, to clear, and to heal. Press back into your hands and slowly make your way all the way up to your knees, and we'll just come down to a seat. Bring the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right leg and extend your right leg out long. And so your right toes should come out maybe at about a 45-degree angle, not directly in front, but just out a little bit to the side. Really feel firmly into your sitting bones rooting into the earth, and then inhale to float your fingertips up overhead. Flex through your right toes and spin your torso, your heart, to face toward right toes. Grow spine down through your sitting bones and up the crown of your head. You can even take your gaze up for a second. And then as you exhale, just fold forward over your right leg. And try to keep your spine lengthening so it's not rounding, but rather extending, lengthening from your sitting bones all the way out through the crown of your head. Notice if the back of your neck wants to hinge or kink, and try to align it so that it's connected to your spine. And you can use your fingertips to assist with each inhale. Imagine that they're tractioning toward the midline of your body. And then as you exhale, you can bow a little more forward, like you're melting your heart into your right leg, and maybe your elbows come all the way down. Stay for 2 more rounds of fluid breath. Notice if there's any raggedness, any rough spots to your breath, and see how smooth you can make it. It's like your breath is a blanket. Good. Crawl your hands back up to the midline. Ground your left palm down behind you on the earth. Press the top of your right foot down and inhale for stargazer. ripple up through your whole body. Stay connected through left shin and top of left foot, and just reach your right fingertips all the way up and back behind you. See how much you can expand the whole front line of your body. And then exhale, glide all the way back down. Sink your hips back down to your mat. And we'll take it to the other side. So bring your right sole of your foot into your body. Extend your left foot out long. Really feel into the grounding of your seat. And then reach fingertips up overhead as you flex your left toes towards your face. Grow the back of your heart forward. And exhale, bow over left leg. And you can bring elbows down to your mat. But only go as far as your body is ready to go. And follow the ebb and the flow, the rhythm, the tide of your own breath. And check in with your face and your jaw, the back of your neck, your low belly. Soften anywhere that you don't need to be holding. One more breath right here. Walk your palms back up to the midline. This time the right hand plants down at the base behind your seat. And then pick up your hips, press into your right shin and the top of, or the sole of your left foot as you reach your left fingertips all the way up and back for stargazer. Maybe you take your gaze all the way up toward left fingertips so it's flipped, and notice what it feels like to shift your perspective. So the ground is like the sky and the sky is like the ground. And then slowly roll all the way back around and sink your butt down to your mat. Good. Take your toes to face toward the top of your mat. Bring arms up in front of you and glide all the way back to lie down. Draw your right knee into your chest. Give it a hug. Inhale. Exhale, supine twist. Cross your right leg over the midline of your body as your arms go out to a T. Try to keep both of your shoulder blades connected, and then just let your right knee surrender to gravity. So it's okay if it's not connected to the earth. But just breathe into the very core of where you feel the sensation. Maybe your gaze makes its way all the way over right fingertips. And then roll your way back to the midline. Pull your right knee into your chest one more time. Give it another little squeeze. And then swap it for the left. So right leg will go out long and left knee pulls into your chest. Nice and tight hug. Inhale. Exhale, supine twist. This time the left leg crosses. You might shift your hips over slightly to the left side of your mat. And you can press into the backs of your hands to inchworm your heart up a little higher. And maybe the gaze goes over left fingertips. Imagine that you could sink right into the earth as we stay for one last round of breath. And then roll your way back to the midline. Squeeze your right knee into, or your left knee into your chest. And then draw your right knee in to meet it. Give yourself a big hug. Squeeze everything together into a tight ball. You can lift your shoulder blades up to wrap your forearms around your shins. Inhale. Exhale, expand out into Shavasana. Let everything melt into the earth. And let your breath soften. It's like really calm waves just lapping on the shore of a beach. And let all of the tension, all of the activation, any energetic movement go so that you can relax. And tune into the sound of your own breath. And take a moment to observe, notice what's going on in your environment around you. Sink more into what's beneath you. Notice the sounds and the smells in the environment you're in. And then imagine that you're lying on a calm beach with the sun warming the front line of your body and the back of your body imprinting, sinking into sand. And there's a gentle breeze and the sound of smooth, even, steady waves flowing in and out. And allow yourself to completely surrender to this relaxation, like you're just rocking gently on the waves in a boat, floating away. You can stay and rest as long as you have time for. If you're ready to move back into your day and begin to reconnect to your breath, taking in more fresh, bright air as you inhale, and exhaling to let any little lingering tension or holding out begin to flicker movement back into your fingertips and your toes. It can be really, really subtle, just a gentle wake up. And then reach all the way long and back behind you. Grow as long as you can. Be as broad and as vast from fingertips to toe tips as you can imagine. And then crash like a wave. Roll onto one side for fetal pose. Sink into the earth. And use your palms to press your way back up to an easy seat. So you can keep eyes closed or a soft gaze. Let your shoulders float down away from your ears as you feel your sitting bones rooting again into the earth. Palms come to meet in front of your heart. Take an inhale and find more sweetness, like you're breathing in the sweetest smell you've ever imagined. And exhale, let the residue drop off like water from shoulder blades off your elbows. Draw your palms up to your third eye and bow forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today on this beautiful beachy day. I hope you're feeling great. If you're not already, go down below and make sure that you're subscribed to my channel because that really supports me, and then you won't miss any videos coming up soon. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye.